Namaste. Good morning, loving cobras, and I hope that you're all doing okay wherever you are. Thanks for joining me for Monday Flow. So today we are just going to be doing that little snippet of Ashtanga, which is going to get us sort of moving straight away, kind of get the circulation and the prana cooking, and just finding our way into instinctive movement and breath rhythm. So some of it will feel really familiar to you if you've been doing Ashtanga with me before. And as you know, it's a little bit closer to the traditional poses, so everything is a little bit more simplified, and there's a bit more repetition, which can be good if you're not entirely wanting to engage with fussy details, or if you're a beginner. So if you have any issues, any injuries, do take really good care of yourselves. Make the movement smaller, or just in doubt, take rest. When in doubt, take rest. And we're going to start off in standing today. So coming to the front of your mat when you're ready, feet are around your hips distance apart. Let's take just a moment to feel your feet, maybe a circle gently at each ankle. And then maybe a little wriggle of both sets of toes. Some clicks might be there too. Let's set the feet gently down. Breathe in and up as you bring your hand, left hand to the upper chest, right hand to the belly. As your breath empties, just allow your shoulders to sink down. Soften the face. And maybe those eyes instinctively close as we arrive in our bodies today. Allow you to really feel the breath in those two places under the hands. Lots of expansive space and that soft subsiding of your exhale. One or two breaths more. Feel that slight presence, inhaling, and that slight release or softening, exhaling. One more time. Start to relax your arms to your sides. Gently open the eyes. We're going to breathe in, rise the arms. Prayer position together towards the chest. Breathing out. Small bend in both knees. We're just going to tap the thighs. So let's wake up the ribs. Lift the arms, inhale. Exhale. Maybe starting your Ujjayi breath, your half closed sound. Tap the thighs. Inhale, breathe in. Arms rise. Exhale, Ujjayi sound as we exhale. Inhale, rise the arms up. This time, palms move through center to fall. Lengthen the spine, you can bend the knees. Chest moves over the thighs. We drop that head, nice and heavy. Take a second to really feel your alignment. If you need to, fidget around. Feel the feet really supporting you under knees and hips. Stretch those legs, taking 2 deep breaths. We don't necessarily straighten those legs, but we are trying to find some rise, tailbone, away from the heels. Exhale, small bend in both knees. Let's start with a moon salutation. Right foot steps back. Inhale into lunge. You could move the hips back, hands to the left thigh, or rise both arms, crescent moon. Framing your front foot back on both shins. Gently find your way to child's pose. Inhaling tabletop, right foot steps forwards. Again, we're mirroring ourselves in lunge, equal hips. Maybe the hips come a little bit back to hands to thigh. Or rising through the arms and chest as you move gently forward. Hands frame the front foot, starting to pick up the back knee and simply rock to step your left foot underneath your left hip. Exhale to fold. Small bend in both knees to rise the arms to your sides, like a squat almost, with a long spine coming up to stand. Prayer position towards the chest. Big breath in, as if your in-breath carries the arms up. As if your out-breath is poured out through your hands, moving down through center. Hands slide to shins, breathing in, half lift, crown presses forwards. Exhale to refold, find the ground with the hands, step or jump back to plank, aligning, shoulders over wrists, heels press back as the crown presses forwards. Take a moment just to engage the core, make sure the hips aren't lifted too tall or dropping, they're in line with the shoulders and heels. Exhaling, we can bring knees, belly, chest down or all the way down, like a press up but a press down. Inhale, cobra, lifting the chest, hands under the shoulders. Lift the hips when you're ready, up and back over the heels. Your breath in carries you to tabletop. And your breath out aligns those hands, lift the knees up to down dog, stretching your tailbone into the air, heels soften down. You can wriggle this out if you want to. Always good to sort of find your way into any sort of unique little tight areas. Feel a sense of equality coming back. Take another deep wash of breath. And then inhale, lift to the hands. We can take a few steps or a step to the front of the mat. Feet under the hips to fold. The knees can stay bent throughout. Just keep a sense of rise in the legs. Knees bend if they're not already open, chest to kind of squat, coming up, long spine. Palms above you, prayer position drifting towards the chest. A breath to arrive in standing, get a feeling of righting that ship again, nice and balanced. Inhale, let's repeat, arms up and open, palms through center to fold as you breathe out. Hands slide to shins, flat back here. And refold, hands to the ground. Step or jump back, find your plank. Option to take a full vinyasa or land your belly as we did before. Scoop forwards to arch just as much as you need, don't overarch. Chin to chest, moving back, lifting the hips to your down dog. Three deep rounds of breath, maybe the eyes closed here today, so you can really feel the connections with the ground, the hands, the toes, and feel yourself rising in opposition with those grounded spaces. Breathing in, let's look to the hands. Find a step or even a jump to the front of the mat, feet at hips distance to forward. Small bend in both knees, rising the arms wide, long back, coming all the way up. Exhale, prayer position drifts towards the chest. Finding a breath here in standing, just securing the feeling of balance and rooting through the feet. Inhale, Utkatasana. This time we're taking your hips back, arms forwards, keeping your eyes once you've found yourself here, slightly down so the neck is free and long. Engaging the core, pressing the muscles up against the spine. Breathing in, breathing out to open the arms and fold. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, re-forward. Step or jump back to plank. Your version of coming through to arch, making sure the core is engaged. We can take the elbow tips in, heart forwards and up. When you're ready, chin to chest and back to your down dog. This time, just taking your right foot into the air to stretch, and then step between your hands. You can help that along, or take it as a few movements getting there. And then as we come up, we're going to take your left heel down, toes pointed slightly out to the side, hips and chest face the front of the mat as we reach up through the arms. So we've got this kind of somewhere between a high lunge and a warrior two. If that doesn't feel good for your back knee, just hop to a parallel back foot here. Strengthen. Keep your shoulder blades nice and soft and broad. Exhaling, we're going to frame the front foot. Back to plank. Elbow tips in, your version of vinyasa, heart forwards. You could land the belly, chest, and then rise through cobra. Chin to chest, lifting the hips up and back. Finding your way to down dog. Take one big steady breath, like you're collecting energy and rinsing out what we don't need. Any tension through the face you can let go. Inhaling, lifting the left leg, stretch. And we're going to step that left foot between the hands or help that along. It can be a few movements getting there. We're going to turn your right heel down on its side, right toes point out to the side. As we press through the front foot, we're going to rise the chest and arms. So your hips, your chest are trying to face the front of the mat. Your left knee is aligned over the ankle or behind it. Shoulders are low. If that doesn't suit your back knee or heel, hop to a parallel back foot, 2 breaths more. So you might be on the ball of the foot behind. Soft face, deep breath. Breathing in, breathing out to frame your front foot. We're coming back to both feet. Your chaturanga, plank to the ground or through to your up dog. Arching, when you're ready, lift the hips up and back over your down dog. Again, feel that steady breath collecting energy and washing out tension from the face. Inhale, looking to the hands. We can step or jump forwards. Feet at around hips distance today for our Utkatasana. So we're going into an invisible chair, sitting the bum down, tall through the chest. Pressing the muscles of the belly and core up against the spine. And when you're ready, arms go wide, breathing out to stand. Again, give yourself a full breath in standing. We're going to step your left foot back. Find warrior two. So your right set of toes point forward, left toes are out to the side, and we're trying to find a little bit of hip space, trying not to stick the bum out. So there's slight tuck under, making sure that the thigh and the knee are aligned with your front foot. Let's spread out the arms, right hand forwards, left arm back. Try to put a sense of reach into both arms. Inhale, come down to your right thigh, stretch your left arm overhead, Konasana, breathing into that new space through your side, through your hips, strong feet, strong root muscles as well, soft face. We're going to start to allow ourselves to move down, your left hand reaching the ground, hop to a parallel back foot here for simple twists, right arm rises, or simple twist on that left knee if that's easier, and you can always just rest the arm or wrap it around the back of your waist. Loads of versions here to take if you're a bit tight this morning or this afternoon. Breathing in, let's release. Finding your way back, this time to both knees, gently, all the way to the belly, finding Savasana. So your hands are either side of your hips, like a rocket ship. Chest, arms and legs are going to lift off the ground, engaging your back muscles. Try and keep a soft jaw and don't worry how deeply you're arching. We just want to feel that drawing into your center line. Open chest. When you're ready, hands under the shoulders, finding your way through cobra. Lift the hips up and back over tucked toes. Through tabletop to down dog. As before, we might look to the hands, take a step or a jump forwards. Feet at hips distance to fold. Small bend in both knees, rise the arms up all the way open and wide. Prayer position towards the chest. Taking a moment to do nothing but breathe. Feel your feet. We're stepping back with your right foot to your warrior two, left foot forwards, tucking the tailbone slightly under, arms are energized out, and make sure that that knee, I know I'm obsessed with this, but make sure that knee is never beyond the ankle joints. It's always behind your ankle or right on top. Let's feel reach in both arms, and really try to feel that sort of empowerment here, all the way down to the arches of the feet, all the way up to your crown. We're starting to feed the chest gently forwards. Land the left elbow on the left thigh, rise the right arm. Feel all that new space down your side. Keep the strength going through the chest, hips, legs, feet and root. We're going to start to look towards the ground. As you reach your right arm forwards, we'll hop into a parallel back foot. Coming into your simple twist, left arm rises, we're squeezing against that left thigh. Options are to land that right knee or relax the arm somewhere, if that's all a little tight today, or if you're in a mellow mood. One last deep breath. Exhale, release. This time as you come back, we're just going to step to your your down dog, warrior dog. And just find your way into nice equal hips. If your shoulders feel okay today, we're going to take each forearm down under each shoulder. Hands maybe flat to the ground or interlaced in dolphin down dog. And we're feeling that squeeze around the back of the chest, the thoracics, that lift of your tailbone. And the drop of the head or the jaw don't need to be held. We can let that go. 2 more deep breaths. Start to gently bend your knees so that we can stretch back to child's pose. Really stretch those arms and shoulders. Inhaling, walk yourself up to your shins. Left elbow up, right underneath, finding your way to the shoulders or to your eagle bind. And we're just going to spend 2 or 3 breaths kind of accentuating the space behind your shoulder blades, chin slightly tucked in towards you. not tucked in, tucked in. So you've got this nice long free neck. Release the arms, windmill the other way, right elbow in front of you, left underneath, until we can find shoulders or forearms. And again, that soft length through the neck. Exhaling, letting go. Starting to find your arms coming down, tucking the toes, and we're just going to stretch into the legs here. Drop the head. You might start to take your hands, first and middle fingers, to the insides of your big toes as you bend the knees. Spread the elbow tips wide. And lift the hips as you bow a little bit deeper with that connection. If that's a bit much, just let yourself dangle free today. Starting to let go of the toes, bend the knees. We're going to roll up this time, nice and heavy through the arms. Rolling all the way up. Find your way into a nice tall mountain. Again, a full easygoing breath. Noticing your feet. Let's move into tree. Left knee moves open wide. The ankle and the heel could be together here. We don't have to find a full balance. If you're with me, you want to come further, you might go foot to shin or foot to thigh, helping that along. We squeeze a little bit together to open the hips. And we're just going to rise the fingertips to the side. So they become our branches. Everything's nice and broad. So I want you to really be that tree today. Let it absorb all of your focus. So you're thinking about the breathing, you're thinking about the lift of the crown, the rooting of the standing foot, the openness of that hip. When you're ready, let go and step down. Left foot, arms release. Right knee out to the side. Heel can be on the ground. Shin or thigh. Once you've found your tree, fingertips broad, everything kind of really spacious and just growing naturally out and open. Again, let's let it take up all of our focus today. That soft gaze ahead, the rooted foot, the rising spine, open hip and full breath. Exhale, release the arms and that lifted foot, stepping down. I'm going to take the same side foot, right foot, to step out. Prasarita to your side. Inhale, let's take Prasarita seat to open that chest. Arms open. Hands can interlace or hands to elbows. Open up. Exhale, strengthen the legs and feel that hinge rotating your chest down. You might bend the knees a little as you're coming down, or let your elbows become soft, or release the hands. So there's all these ways of making it feel really good to you today, just going with those sort of unique adjustments. Exhaling, starting to let go of the hands. Finding your way towards your right foot, where we're just going to step back, find the knees, and cross the feet underneath you. Shifting your weight into the middle of your mat so you have some space behind you. Feet at hips distance apart. We're going to lift and then we're going to roll it down, finding your half bridge. So your hands are going to go face down either side of your pelvis. Feet nicely aligned under the knees. And this time we're lifting the pelvis to open the chest. Making sure that your weight is evenly through your feet. It's tempting to just take one side, one edge or corner, but really allow your feet to spread. Wrap your glutes up and underneath your sit bones. If there's a version of this you want to take, you can, otherwise stay with me. Gentle half bridge, just strengthening, lifting your chest out of the shoulders. When you're ready, squeeze to lift, inhale. Exhale to release. Core stays strong. We relax the pelvis to the ground, picking up the knees. Good, so give yourself a little squeeze on the ground. One last stretch. Right foot flat to the ground with the knee up. Left foot into the air to rotate the ankle and flex the heel and wiggle the toes. We're going to flex that heel and start to draw your left heel across your right thigh to thread the needle. Your left knee opens slightly wide. Take your time bringing your right thigh towards you. If you need to look, just pause your video and come and have a look. We want to make sure that left heel is strongly flexed, so there's a feeling of real intention in the alignment to the knee. And then we're going to lift the chest and feed the hands between the gap in the legs behind that right thigh. If that doesn't suit you or you can't relax your back on the ground when you connect, just release the hands again to your ribs. We're going to spend 3 deep breaths here. Feel the weight of your full back on the ground. We're going to start to release. Step your left foot flat to the ground with the knee up. Rise your right leg into the air. Rotate that ankle. Wiggle the toes. And then flex that heel. We're going to take it across your left thigh. So you're in thread the needle other side. If you're not sure, come and have a look. Heel of the right foot is flexed. We're going to inhale, draw your left thigh towards you. And you can just use the muscles through the legs and core here. But if you want to, we're going to lift the chest, feed the hands around the back of that left thigh to interlace. Squeeze down. And if there's any discomfort, release the hands back to your ribs. 3 full breaths. Loads of nice weight through your back. Breathing in. Breathe out to let go. Feet flat to the ground, knees up. Take a little windscreen wiper movement of both knees. One side and then the other. Reach your arms up above your head. Wriggle your fingers. And then when you're ready, stretch your legs out in front of you as well. So you're in a big yawn on the ground. Flop your arms either side of your hips. And we'll just spend a couple of deep breaths together to surrender, to rest. So very gently start to feel your breath, a growing awareness that starts in the breathing, spreads out to feel any tingles in the muscles, at the surface of the skin. And in your energy, start to pick up a bit of brightness and rinse out what is heavy or stale. Wriggle the fingers and toes awake, pick up that little bit of presence. Let the breath empty. Start to draw your knees up towards you, giving yourself a squeeze. Exhale, tumbling over to your left. So take your time coming up. Find your way into cross legs. And let's finish palms together towards the center of the chest. Feel the heartbeat. Breathe into the third eye. Notice your root muscles and your sit bones on the ground. And then let's bow to ourselves. Namaste. So, thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again, either here or in class. Namaste and ciao.